I want to know about schedule learning English means. Okay, if you want to practice English by yourself, you can set the schedule by yourself. First, you need to decide the day and the exact time, and then the skill that you want to drill, then the activities. There are a lot of activities to support you to improve your English skill. First, you need to know your goal. You need to know your goal. Why do you want to improve your English? Is it for improve your speaking skill, your writing skill, reading skill, listening, or maybe you practice English, you learn English for tests like IELTS or TOEFL or something. If, for example, your goal of improving English is you want to improve your speaking skill, so you need to spend your time 80% on the active skill like speaking and then writing. Then spend your 20% of your time on passive skill like listening and reading. So for example, you have 2 hours free time each day, 2 hours a day. So it means that 1 hour for speaking and then 30 minutes for listening and 30 minutes for reading. So for example, your purpose of learning or practicing English, you want to improve your speaking, then you need to set your time. For example, you only have 2 hours free time a day to improve your speaking. Then you need to put 80% of your time on active skill like speaking, writing. Then you decide 1 hour for speaking, 30 minutes for listening and reading. So to improve our English, we need to have input like listening and reading. We need to add the informations and the data so we can improve our vocabulary. Then we can produce the vocabulary. It's the output through speaking or writing. This is the example of the schedule of English practice. For example, in Monday, write the free time. Like for example, your free time is in the morning at 5 till 6 a.m. and then you want to improve your speaking skill in this exact time. Then so first you need to write the day and then the time and then the exact time, and then the skill that you want to drill, for example speaking, and then activity. There are a lot of activities like maybe for speaking, storytelling, you are presenting something, presentation training, daily conversation with EI, pronunciation training, like maybe tongue twister or maybe shadowing method through practice new vocabulary. For example, you got vocabulary from the listening, from the podcast that you have listened, and then you want to have that vocabulary, then you have to practice it. So you need to decide the English material for speaking first, like write the topic. For example, the topic, you have to find a topic that you like. For example, like you like the topic about photography, and then you talk about how to take a beautiful angle, how to pronounce it, how to take good picture, how to edit good picture, and anything. You have to write the material beside the activity. So like photography, for example, you are really passionate and interested on photography, you need to set the materials and provide a material for yourself about the photography. So for listening, for example, you write on your notes, maybe for the listening about this topic, about the topic, and then for speaking, you express your thoughts, your opinion, for example, about how to take good picture, how to edit the good picture. So you express your own words about the topic. Beside, you set the time, you set the skill, activity, you can set the exact material that you want to practice or the topic, decide the topic. You can focus on maybe three topic. You can focus on three topic first, for example, like photography, and then maybe about culture, art, or something that you are passionate about. After you decide the topic or the area that you want to focus on, and then decide the another day, and then the other time that you are free or the leisure time that you have in that day, and then decide the skill. It doesn't need to be one skill a day. You can add, besides speaking, you can add another skill, like for example listening in the evening, for example. Then decide the activity in that day. It doesn't need to be 1 hour. If you feel it's really maybe overwhelmed, you can set the time like 30 minutes, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, you can set the schedule by yourself and stick to it. That's all about the schedule. If you're still confused, feel free to ask the question in the comment section. Thank you for asking about this.